Hey guys, Jeff Kamke here, coming to you from El Valle in the Dominican Republic. I'm here on a Life 180 mastermind with our agency, having a week-long great trip. This is my view. Pretty sad, huh? It's pretty cool. But hey, I wanted to share with you, I've been seeing some stuff on my Facebook feed, ads and stuff from one of the people that I love to share about and give contrasting information around. That's Dave Ramsey. He made a post the other day about acting your wage. Not your age, but acting your wage. And the premise behind it is basically living within your means, right? I mean, that's a sound financial principle. If you make 50 grand a year, don't spend 60, right? It's just about the responsibility of managing money. Sorry, I'm a little winded. I ran up the stairs to get up here. And what I really dissect this a little bit and make sure energetically you're going at it from the right perspective and with the right intention, because this can be a very limiting middle class concept around money. If we make our actions and what we do in response to what we make, then we are always in a hostage position around what we make, and that tends to be more on the disempowered spectrum of how we function as human beings. And that may not be in alignment with your values, your beliefs, your goals, your vision for what you want for your life. So I've always heard it from a mentor of mine, Kevin Trudeau. He always talks about, yes, you want to live within your means, but there's a better energy, a better framing around this that dials it in a little bit better. That you always want to be living below your means. So if you make $50,000 a year, you want to spend 45, be able to save 5 or whatever that number is for you. Taking that even one step further is live below your means, and this is the key part, always be expanding your means and always be living with the intention of I'm in growth process. I'm in growth of myself, maybe getting better in my health, getting better in my relationships, and certainly getting better with money and how you manage your money, the value you give, finding better ways, more efficient ways to help and serve people, where money comes back to you in return for that service, where it's an exchange in abundance, as I've heard it called, where you're giving in plenitude and you're receiving a lot in return for that, where it's a very uneven exchange to where you feel like the other person is getting more value for what they paid for it. And you want to set things up to be that in your life. And when you live from that standpoint, that's an empowered place to where you know you're in the driver's seat, you're in command and control over your income. Now, I get some of you have a W-2 job and maybe that's not possible, but I beg to differ to a point, because we have the ability in today's world, there's the best environment more than ever for you to increase your means, even with a W-2 job, because there's a lot of people that don't like to work. There's a lot of people that don't do good at their job. And sometimes it just takes you getting outside your comfort zone, you having some courage, and you taking a step and saying, you know what, this is my value. And if I'm in an organization or company that doesn't see my value or want to pay for my value, I could probably find an equivalent job or better somewhere else and be getting paid for what I'm worth. So there's always opportunities. And so I don't want the belief of like, well, I have a W-2 job, so Jeff, what you're telling me can't happen. Well, your mindset is what's keeping you from having that happen. You are open to all possibilities. You can create opportunities for yourself. You may get 10 no's, but the 11th one might be a yes. It is perfect alignment with what you want, even in a W-2 environment. Now, those of you that are outside of a W-2 environment, you're a 1099, you're self-employed, you have your own business, you have your own company. It's much easier for you to do, as I'm saying, to be able to live below your means and always be focused on expanding your means. So that means that you're making 100,000, you're expanding to 200,000, to 300,000, to 400,000. And in that way, you're always living. If you make 100, you're living on 90. If you make 200,000, you're living on 180, and so forth and so on. So that you're always in an expansive energy, but keeping yourself in a responsible energy where you're managing your money. You're not getting out of bounds. If you are, you're managing the emotional habits and the spending triggers and things that might get you out of bounds, and you're keeping all those things in check. You've mastered your own thoughts and emotions and patterns that might be driving you off track, and therefore you're doing in what I would say is a more higher consciousness version of what Dave is saying, which is to act your wage. And so hopefully you can see the distinction there. I'm not saying that it's not good to do as Dave says, but there's sometimes a deeper framework. For those of you that want to go deeper, that you want to have a broader understanding and a higher consciousness level of just how to function in life and how to achieve your goals and dreams, sometimes we have to be careful who we're listening to, and even the subtle nuances, the differences in how they communicate and what they teach can be disempowering versus empowering. And so I didn't do this in the beginning of the video, I didn't think about it until now, but if you were to think about act your wage, think about how that feels in your body right now. Does it feel constricting? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel neutral? Can you feel like a lump in your throat, or maybe something in your gut that kind of like doesn't feel too good? Versus live below your means and always be expanding your means. And tune into your body again. Does that feel better? Does it feel more expansive? Does it feel more aligned? Does it feel more flowing? More than likely, those two things do. Now, that's not 100% of the time. Some of you are going to like, no, it doesn't for me in the first one, and that's not quite the way it was for me in the second one. But in general, those are energies that you can feel in your body, and you can know what type of financial principles are going to be in alignment with you. And it's just simple tools, simple awarenesses of how to tune into yourself to know whether something's in alignment with you. And there's a nuance of, if you feel something in your body, it doesn't mean it's an automatic no. It may mean there's something triggering a program, a pattern, an emotional upset, a belief, a fear. Could be triggering a lot of things, and you have to use discernment on whether that is the case, whether it's truly a no because I'm getting a gut check. It's that principle of acting your wage isn't in alignment, or maybe you're getting even a gut check on living below your means and increasing your means. Maybe that doesn't quite align with you. Well, maybe you just need to take a step further and figure out, like, do I need to go deeper than just, oh, it's a no, or oh, it's a yes? And if you're getting a no, even on the living below your means and expanding your means, maybe it's, hey, I need to figure out, like, why am I triggered on that? Why am I resistant to that? Maybe there's something in my upbringing. Maybe there's a way that my mind has been patterned based on my own experiences. And maybe I need to, do some energy work on that, do some tapping, do some bioenergetics, Reiki, meditation, whatever it is, right? You get to the root of it, and then go back and check yourself. And a lot of times you'll feel that the energy is different. It's not a no, it's maybe neutral or actually positive at that point, because you've released the interference that's holding you back. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this was insightful for you on understanding just these nuances of who we're listening to, the principles that we adhere to, and how we live our life around money, the decisions that we make, and just a little bit of a key, monitoring tool, if you will, on how to know the difference, what to do about it. I'll have other content on here that goes deeper into this. It's a very important concept for you to master your own energy, your own emotions, to understand how you tick, and to find the most efficient route from where you're at to where you want to get by using your emotional guidance system to get you there. Or of course, you can call it your intuition, whatever. So if you found this value in this video, please subscribe, like this video. Please leave me a comment. If you have anything to add to this, or comments or questions around it, please post them in with the link here as well. And please share this video. If you know somebody that might want to hear this distinction, send it to them in a text message or on Facebook, and share this with those that you know could benefit from it. And that's all for right now. I'll be producing more content here from this lovely scenery. Hopefully it wasn't too windy on the video, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.